Hello gamers, today we present to you the top 10 controller support games released on mobile. Before watching the video, put a like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the video. Xenowork, an offline game with a size of 160 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Xenowork is a third-person action game from a bird's-eye view. In it, you play as a special agent in charge of entering the most dangerous lair of mutants in the galaxy, your goal to stop the mutant plague from ravaging the universe. You can move your character with your left thumb, while with your right, you can aim and shoot. At the bottom of the screen, there's a button to change weapons. You can carry 2 weapons at a time, usually a machine gun and shotgun, although you can take your pick from plenty more. Xenowork has more than 70 different levels, which of course get harder as you go. In the beginning of the game, you have to fight only 3 or 4 mutants at a time, but as you progress, you'll have to deal with more mutants of all kinds. Xenowork is an excellent action game with an old-school gaming experience that only gets harder to find on smartphones. It also has some pretty extraordinary graphics, with an excellent real-time lighting system and terrifying mutants. Unkilled zombie FPS shooter, an online game with a size of 1 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Unkilled is FPS from Madfinger Games, the franchise that brought you Dead Tigger and Shadowgun. Here you'll play a soldier who's survived the zombie apocalypse and has to save NYC from attacks of the undead. The story is set in a desolate landscape, where you and a few other members of the Wolfpack military unit will have to find a solution, and this, of course, will involve fighting in the streets. Unkilled's missions are pretty short, lasting only 2 or 3 minutes. Before each, you'll be able to try out and select your weapons: pistols, machine guns, rifles, or knives, along with other special items like missiles and adrenaline injections. One of the unique gameplay elements is that you won't have to push a button to shoot. You'll automatically open fire whenever an enemy is in sight. This makes it easier to control your character and is perfect for touchscreen devices. Unkilled is an outstanding first-person shooter whose graphics look more like they're from a console game than a game for smartphones. The story mode is quite long and includes several types of zombies that you'll have to fight against. Definitely a great shooter game.
I'm sure you'll be very happy here. Very happy.
Bully Anniversary Edition, an offline game with a size of 3 GB, available on Android and iPhone. As mischievous 15-year-old Jimmy Hopkins, you'll navigate the social hierarchy of the corrupt and crumbling prep school, Bulworth Academy. Stand up to bullies, get picked on by teachers, beat the jocks at dodgeball, and survive a year in the worst school around. Bully Anniversary Edition includes everything from the critically acclaimed Bully Scholarship Edition plus support for high-resolution displays, enhanced graphics, improved lighting and textures, and controls redesigned for touch gameplay, all while adding multiplayer with new friend challenges. Friend challenges are head-to-head classroom and arcade-style minigames. See who can dissect the frog fastest in biology, solve word problems in English, help a flying squirrel destroy his enemies with acorns in nutshots, and much more.
Hey, I'm sorry!
This is great!
Just back off!
Hey!
I got a whole new bag of tricks for you! It's your own fault!
I always get my man! The face...
Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, an offline game with a size of 5 GB, available on iPhone only. Voiced by the original voice actors, Samurai Jack Battle Through Time is an action RPG game that spans across time and space, where your actions will determine a new legend. Encounter your favorite characters from the show, including the Scotsman, Scaramouche, Sir Rothschild and more. Immerse yourself in an untold adventure that ties into the epic series finale. Team up with trusted allies from the show to face off against familiar enemies, defeat ninja foes. Visit classic worlds and moments from your favorite episodes, travel to a dark future to free mankind, dive into the past to face off against diabolical monsters, seek your fate as you travel across space and time. Equip and master over a dozen different weapons in combat, increase your power even more by training and unlocking new skills to support your playstyle. Your time has come. Become Samurai Jack, the greatest warrior of the past, present and future. Enjoy one of the most unique and iconic gaming experiences available on Apple Arcade today.
Sky Children of the Light, an online game with a size of 1.3 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Sky Children of the Light is an adventure game developed by That Game Company, the authors of Journey and Flower. This time, you get to go alongside the Children of the Light through a magical journey. Your goal is to bring hope to a desolate world and return the fallen stars to their respective constellations. One of the aspects that makes Sky Children of the Light totally unique is its system of interaction with other players, which is actually pretty similar to the one in Journey. You get to meet other Children of the Light, communicate with them using different gestures, and hand them gifts to try and forge bonds of friendship. You can even participate in special adventures with them and try to find hidden treasures. Sky Children of the Light is an adventure game with a very special multiplayer component. It offers a fascinating gameplay experience, reminiscent of the Great Journey. The game has beautiful visuals and a soundtrack that matches the rest of the game.
Forgotten Anne, an offline game with a size of 1.5 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Forgotten Anne is a seamless cinematic adventure with meaningful storytelling and light puzzle platforming. You are Anne, the enforcer who keeps order in the Forgotten Lands, as she sets out to squash a rebellion that might prevent her master, Bonku, and herself from returning to the human world. Discover a beautifully realized world of wonder filled with Forgotling's charming everyday objects brought to life, bursting with personality. Play the way you want. Use either the effortless on-screen touch controls or any officially supported wireless gaming controller. Enjoy hand-animated visuals created using the same traditional techniques that brought your favorite animated movies to life. Asphalt Xtreme, an online game with a size of 1.1 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Asphalt Xtreme Rally Racing is a 2016 racing video game, published and developed by Gameloft and the second spin-off in the Asphalt series, the first off-road racing iteration in the series. The game features a lineup of rally cars, monster trucks and of off-road tracks. The visual interface, angular camera view and vehicular design of the game concept have a strong visual resemblance to the MotorStorm video game series. In late November 2021, Netflix licensed Asphalt Xtreme from Gameloft to add to its gaming service, now with a subscription model. No microtransactions, advertisements, and bundles exist, and tokens have now been replaced with a new exclusive currency called crowns. The in-game economy has also been improved. Interestingly, a substantial amount of content has been cut from the last version of Gameloft's Asphalt Xtreme, namely being nearly half of the game's tracks, and nearly half of the car list. In the end, you will see it as a great car racing game that supports the controller, and I recommend you to download it. Dungeon Hunter 5, an online game with a size of 900 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Fate has thrust the land into an age of chaos that ushered in the rise of darkness. Now, the people must fend for themselves against bandits, monsters and other terrors. However, for mercenaries and bounty hunters, this is an age of unbridled opportunity and prosperity, for justice always demands a high price, and their business has never been better. Discover the casual controls that make amazing combat moves easily accessible to anyone. Hunt down monsters, dark knights, devil minions, demon mages and other villains in more than 90 dungeon crawler missions, including epic levels for true ARPG dungeon legends. Explore gorgeous environments, unlike any dungeon game you've seen, from the shattered realm of Valenthia to the cold and barbarous Valen outpost. Rally up to 3 other player heroes to fight side by side in co-op multiplayer mode. Hire friends as allies to help you become a great slayer of evil along your journey of vengeance, where you'll discover arcane legends, join a guild and clash against other players in competitive battles. The King of Fighters AllStar, an online game with a size of 3 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. The King of Fighters AllStar is a beat-em-up with hints of an RPG that puts you in control dozens of characters from the King of Fighters KOF saga. To start off, you get to choose between Terry Bogard, Ryo Sakazaki and Kyo Kusanagi. But, as you continue playing, you can unlock a bunch of new characters that'll become part of your team. The story mode of the King of Fighters AllStar is divided into a series of interconnected levels. It includes more than 20 chapters that can help you discover the story that's unfolding around you. Keep in mind that in each of the levels, you have to face other enemies and at least one boss. The King of Fighters AllStar is an excellent action game. It includes an overwhelming amount of characters and an outstanding graphics section. This is a spectacular game, which gathers almost all the characters of one of the most famous fighting sagas of all time. Slender The Arrival, an offline game with a size of 1.3 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Slender The Arrival is a first-person horror game. The title of the game: you're on your own, no one to come for you, no one to help you, no one to hear you scream. Slender The Arrival is the official video game adaptation of Slender Man, developed in collaboration with Eric Victor Serge Knudsen, creator of the paranormal phenomenon that has been terrifying the curious-minded around the world since its inception. After the game was developed, Slender Man can now stalk you wherever you go, experience the fear for the first time or relive the full game you know and love. Added leaderboards for online competition against friends with daily, weekly and lifetime competition scores. The beauty of the game is controller support for mobile devices. The game has a wonderful and scary design, and I highly recommend you to download and play it.